Hey Leo, welcome to your December reading. I'm just going to jump straight in and start shuffling. So a lot of what's coming up at the moment for all signs, it's all it's kind of leaning towards Mars in retrograde kind of energy. It's kind of like saying, be aware that people are very sensitive during this time. There may be a lot of misunderstandings, some conflict, some kind of people just taking your words, like snapping at them. I'm noticing that a lot, so be aware of that. And as a fire sign, you may find that it influences you in those areas quite massively as well, being that you may already have that spark within you. It could be igniting that a little bit more in you. So I'm using these Oracle for the kind of side cards. The way I'm laying out is very different to what I normally do. As you know, if you've been following me for a whole year, because I've been doing these on my channel for a year now, then you'll know I kind of just go with what I'm drawn to anyway, but it's kind of very different this time. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, two there. And I'm using two tarot decks. So one is the Sasuraibito. I cannot speak Japanese, and my pronunciation is terrible. And then I'm also using another tarot deck. I think these are like everyday tarot or something. I don't know. I cannot remember. All the descriptions of the cards that I use are below. So check it out if you're interested. Comment below if you want to know what any specifics are, and I'll let you know what I used. These are so cool. They're kind of rose gold. These are the crystal realms ones. I haven't really used these until now. I've had them for quite a while, but yeah, I used them to test them out one time, and I don't think I've used them since. But they are very cool. But I kind of don't like that. I can't tell what the top and bottom are half the time because it's so similar. Like, it's obvious, but you have to, yeah, I think it's a little too similar for myself. Just my own little opinion. Let's begin, guys. Okay, Leo. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Okay, so I get this universal kind of energy at the moment is that we are all kind of self-doubting or kind of a little bit lost in the energies. I feel like it's been a lot of energies in the last 3 to 5 months. It's just sent us back and forth, and I feel like a lot of us feel lost. This feels very much kind of like that. And I feel like where you should be putting your attention, where you should be having faith, is in going for exactly what you want. That's what the universal energies are doing for us all at the moment. It's about being free and independent and kind of reaching for the stars in regards to your own aspirations, whatever that may be. Starting a family, a career, just anything, any area of your life that you feel where you have dreams, that's what you're being pushed and nurtured towards. So I kind of feel like you need to really have faith that this is happening, and everything that's happening to you this year is shaping you to be the best version of yourself to achieve that. So kind of have faith with that is what I want to say. Wisdom. I feel like with this, I get this sense of making sure that you are, so if you feel as though you need kind of, I want to say more knowledge in an area, make sure you are researching, make sure you are kind of, I feel like it's a great time for you to study, go to university, college, anything, whatever it is, in terms of your aspiration, what's going to help you learn more. So I would say kind of if your aspiration is about having a family, I feel as though still kind of gathering information around these things. So, for example, I will give examples in this area. So if you are struggling to have children, look into other areas. Look into adoption, look into IVF, look into methods of the way of, where you can become a parent. Because there's many, many, many ways to become a parent than the basics. Sometimes some of us cannot have children. And so I kind of just get this sense of really, what are your dreams? Listening to yourself and shifting in the process of getting you to that stage. And I feel like it comes with looking at different avenues, listening to the people who have been through the same things as you. And this is the same in any area of your life, whether it be career, family, you know, whatever your aspirations are leading you towards. I get this sense of just listening to the right people and trusting that you will understand what the next step is when it comes to you. So I hope that makes sense to you. You are good enough. So you are worthy of this. I definitely get this sense of you feeling as though, like, maybe I'm just not meant for this. And I feel like that's why the kind of parent side of things came through, because in that kind of scenario, I get this as like you like kind of being resigned to, maybe it's just not meant for me. Maybe the traditional way is not meant for you. It does not mean that you cannot have your goals, you cannot have your dreams, because you can have anything. That's the whole point of kind of our life journey, is discovering what we're made of and what we are meant for. And again, you're living a story. This is your story. So the story is what you make of it. And you do have free will. In any situation, you have control of certain aspects of it. You can get out of situations, but it does take strength. It does take courage. It does take making steps. But overall, it takes trust. And I do feel like humanity as a whole at the moment, trust is a big thing. We really do not trust in anything because we're just being broken down. But it's for a reason. And I feel like fundamentally, trust is easy to come by. We are generally designed to trust first. It just gets broken out of us, and I feel like that's the whole point of reprogramming ourselves to regain that trust. And it starts with number one, trusting in yourself, of knowing that you have your best interest at heart, and knowing that you are capable of achieving whatever it is that you desire to achieve. And I do feel like with this, it's still saying, reminding you that you are good enough. So remind yourself of that. Attraction. And with that, law of attraction comes into play. So, law of attraction is what we are being, we magnetize to us. What we are thinking is what we create into our everyday life. It's manifestation. And it's general law of attraction, right? So, if you are doubting yourself, what you're telling the universe is that you're not ready, or maybe you don't want it enough. And it's those kind of things. It's like the opposite. So when we are feeling like, oh, please give us this, please, but you don't really feel, you're just asking for something that you don't feel you're worthy of, it's not going to come to you. It's just kind of you wasting your energy. It's not kind of filtered into the universe in the same way. And I feel like this is something for you to work on, is kind of how you think, how you feel, and how to kind of filter that out onto the outside of yourself, starting from within. This seems to be a theme for fire signs at the moment. It's like kind of working on what's within, and then bringing that out into your everyday life. And I feel like fire signs actually are very much keeping things into themselves, but they have this spark of like wanting to bring this out into the now. And that's what you're being urged to do. But first of all, make sure that you are healing this, so you're expelling that, right? Okay, so how I read this is all over the place. It makes sense to me, but I'm not going to explain what I'm doing because it probably won't make sense. Okay, I'm just going to read it to you. The Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I feel as though this is a time for you to spend time with people kind of wisely, as in make sure you're spending time with the people that care, that matter, and that you care for. It's a time for going within, so it really is value over, so kind of quality over quantity, that kind of saying. It's like make sure that you're spending time with people who nurture you. We have the Nine of Cups next, and that's all about taking care of your needs and nurturing yourself, self-care. And I feel like this for you is very much kind of like who you're surrounding yourself with internally is affecting you. For example, if we spend time with people who we know don't really like us, I have done this a little bit in my life, where like in high school, I was always told that my best friends were saying things about me. So instead of ditching my friends, because I'm very loyal, I'm someone who will just, put up with things because I'm loyal and I care about that person, and that's what matters to me, that I'm around people that I care about. In some ways, it's like it sucks because then, my friends would be saying things about me and I'd hear about it and I'd get angry at them, like in my head, and I don't think I even really confronted them. Because I remember being friends with people for years, even though I knew they were saying certain things, saying things to my boyfriends. Like, no, I didn't really have many boyfriends in high school, but whatever, the little mundane boyfriends you hold hands with and kiss. And I remember them, like, I would literally, like, still be surrounded with these people. And then I think, like, on the larger scheme of things, like, they weren't bad people, it's just, teenagers and how we are. But what I'm saying is, like, when you hang around with that energy, it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, because that reflects on you. You start feeling like maybe they're right. I know that for myself, like, as a teenager, when you are in that naive, vulnerable state of being, because you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going, it's a very scary time in your life that you don't realize is scary at the time because you're just living in the moment. But you're growing and changing, and the whole world is changing. How you perceive it and how it perceives you is changing. And I think, like, so how your friends treat you is how you start seeing yourself. And I'm getting that influence here. I'm getting that. So if you are surrounding yourself with people who might say certain things about you, whether to you or make you feel a certain way or say it behind your back, you start feeling that maybe that's the person you are. And again, that's then what you internalize. That's what you keep, and that's what you're saying you're not good enough because these are the bad things about you. And it's not true. It's the people that you're hanging with. They're not your people anymore. Maybe they were your people once upon a time, could have been, but we all grow and change, and we start needing different energies around us. And so when the energy that we have around us, so let's see the friend as an energy, that energy really vibed with us at one point. But then we nurtured and grew in a different area of our life, and they did in theirs. That energy is no longer the same energy anymore. So when we put them two energies together, it does not work. They do not mesh well, all right? Because you've grown and changed. It's time for you to move on to people that are vibing on that same level as you. They're the ones that will fuel you. And I feel like it really is about value here with friendships. And this can be family as well as any kind of people that you surround yourself with. If they're not vibing, it might be just time for you to really check in with yourself. Don't hang around with people that don't make you feel good. We're all like, I feel like I'm too old for that, but I feel like we're all too old for that. It does not matter how old you are. You could literally be 5 and you're too old to be hanging around with people who don't make you feel good. But kids wouldn't do that. My children wouldn't hang around with people that didn't make them feel good. They'd be like, oh, I don't really play with that one anymore. It doesn't make me feel nice. But we somehow, as we become adults, like, I think it's because, like, in work situations and things like that, it can't be helped. But I feel like we need to apply it to our life more in our personal life. You do not have to hang around with people you work with just out of convenience because we don't know anyone else. You need to be taking care of that. Okay, don't be too noisy because I'm doing my videos. I only got one video today. Okay, the 9 of Cups is, to me, giving me this need to nurture your heart. I feel like there's a lot of love you need to give to yourself, but it's there. I think it's just reminding yourself, and again, not allowing the influence of others to affect you, and to really spend this time exploring who you are, because I think you already like who you are. I feel like it is a Leo trait to really kind of, it's something that I admire about Leos, is that they can really see the good in themselves. And sometimes that can be seen, like other people see it as an egotistical trait, but it's not. I mean, yes, and what do you call it, unevolved Leo, like all signs when you're kind of unevolved in your lower state of vibration might come across like that. But in general, it's a real positive, it's a confidence, it's a feeling of yourself. And I feel like you need to remind yourself right now that you are a lion and you need to activate that kind of vibe because you are worthy and you are enough and you're awesome. This crossing energy with this is the Judgment card. This is acceptance, and I feel like this is what you're coming to, is in a kind of space of acceptance. This is why I think I'm urged towards saying it's about loving who you are. I feel like it's coming to that acceptance, but I also think you're accepting that people might not be worthy of you anymore, and realizing this. It's a really good card to have in this position. I feel as though things are coming into balance for you, and I feel like you really are judge and drawer of the energy that you want surrounding you during this time. And you being your best ally is definitely kind of vibing here for you. With this energy, you're moving towards letting go of bad habits. You are releasing toxic people. We have the devil in reverse here, and this is what's giving me all that. I feel as though you are moving into a light kind of era in your life where you will only tolerate what is good for you and what you desire during this time. And that is what I want for you, Leo. That's what I want for all of us. I'm loving that. This on the upside to the moon, because there's two cards here. Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands in reverse. Interesting. So I definitely feel like you need to make sure that you are speaking out into the world exactly what you want, and be very, very direct. And to kind of, when I say speak, I want you to communicate everything into being, and take action into making sure that you are speaking, being, acting. It's not acting, but like actioning exactly what you are wanting in the world. Where things that be. So for example, myself, I'm a Taurus, and I like to feel magical. I like to feel a bit mysterious, and kind of witchy kind of vibe. So everything I wear like is either spacey, moon, just something that makes me feel magical, and that makes me feel like I am looking how I embody my life to be. Magical, full of mystery, and nice surprises. Okay, I will make you a sandwich as soon as I've finished, okay? He's just come back from his dad's. He's had a hot dog and now he wants to eat more food. The Queen of Wands is giving me that letting go of things that no longer serve as well. I do get the sense of the Queen of Wands in reverse, kind of feeling a little uneasy as though you are not worthy of what you're getting. So really do. This is paired with that Queen of Swords, and so I feel like you need to let go of your, like, get out of your head and get into your mind. And I hope that makes sense to you, because they're both the same thing, but they're not. Get out of your head and into your mind, because your mind is basically you and your essence of what you want and who you are. Your head is just telling you something that's not truth. It's just filled with this nonsense. And this is what I feel like for you. I want to kind of just take it out of your head, throw it away, and do it. Take it out right now, throw it. It's far away from you, out the window, in the bin. Whichever kind of, that kind of magic. This is everyday little bits of magic, some little witchy tips for you that you can do for yourself. If you literally do something actually, can actually really do it for you. Is pulling something out of your mind, throwing it away. You're actively doing it, and it's all about mind, and you know. So do it. Do it right now while I'm reading the rest for you. We have the Tower in reverse. So to me, we've had a lot of Tower moments this year. It's behind you now. This is coming into, how I read this part, we're coming into the future, so we're in the current and moving forward. Your Tower moments are behind you. The hardest is behind you. I do feel as though, again, do not shine light on your past. Your past is behind you now. It's about moving forward. I want your focus on what makes you feel excited. What gets you feeling excited? What's going to help you feel that it's possible for that thing that you're dreaming for? That thing that you want? I need a drink. I keep spitting because I'm so thirsty. The crossing energy with this is with that self-love and going for what you want. It's all connected here. I really do want you to nurture yourself during this time. It's that Nine of Swords in reverse. This is really good. This is saying that you are getting away from the anxiety, that worry, and just letting the stresses drift off you. I'm loving that. So moving forward, this is, if you keep practicing, it's going to come quite easily, I feel. I really do feel it's literally just a shift in you, changing things for yourself. And again, it's you. You're doing this. You're making things better for yourself. And then we have, this leads to the King of Cups. It's moving away from the worries and this need to nurture and into this filling up your own cup, I feel as though you're surrounding yourself with abundance and just emotionally, like really mentally being on top of things. This is changing for you, Leo. I do feel like you had a period of time over the last couple of months where you got quite saddened and quite low. Don't do that. Thank you. Okay. Bread. Yeah, okay, you can eat that bit if you want, but it hasn't got anything on it. Sorry for the interruptions. I just feel as though like those moments really are behind you and you come into a space where you are making sure you're nurturing your needs. I do feel like this is a joyous time for you and you were able to celebrate this year. And actually, as I say that, I feel like this time last year, you were in a much worse space. I feel as though, and I cannot remember that reading, it was my very first one too, online that is. And I feel like from last year, looking to now and how you can celebrate this Christmas different from last year, I feel as though whatever it was that was darkening your doorstep last year, you're able to really still be present this year and make Christmas Christmas, is what I want to say. It just feels as though like last year it could not be, there's just no way it could be festive for you, for some of you that are watching. And I feel like this year is different. That this year is your year. This is you taking that step. And it's like, I want to say it's like your New Year's beginning in December, that you're not waiting to January to have your New Year, new beginnings. It starts now in this moment. I'm loving that. So in your future, we have the Hanged Man. And we also have the Fool. Ooh, this is kind of exciting. So I feel as though you need to remember that any predicament you're coming into within this new year, it's all created by yourself. It's not predicaments, but just situations, anything, good, bad, whatever. It's realizing that you are literally in the situations that you are in because you're choosing to be, which means like you can literally just walk away from anything, and you can embrace anything that you choose. I really do feel like you are in that space for yourself here, and it's new beginnings. It's kind of a new way of being for you, Leo. I really feel it. The Fool is about taking risks, and it is new beginnings. It's kind of coming into this space where you are prepared to not really worry too much about where you're going. Enjoy the ride because you are attracting exactly what you're craving. You're heading in a direction where you have faith that whatever comes your way, it's going to lead you to where you want to be. And that is amazing. I'm really loving this. This is the first fire sign. I'm not being funny, but the other fire signs are really dark compared to you guys. I'm loving this. This is a great card to reading to end the day with, of my fire signs. Loving it. But yeah, allow yourself to have fun is what I want to say with this Fool card. And I feel like 2023 is a time for you to really test the waters and take risks. Do something that's going to bring joy to your life, and make sure that you're dropping anything that just doesn't. If it doesn't fit for you, test it, try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Do something else. Do something differently. Loving this, Leo. Leos! Come on. Okay, so crystals that could be beneficial to you right now is lace agate, super 7, and azurite. Very powerful crystals you have here. Adaptability. So again, this is exactly what I was saying. Try something, like do something, and I feel like you can adapt to this way of being. But what if it doesn't work for you? Shift and change. Adapt to your surroundings. I get this kind of snaking into things of just really feeling your vibe. So if something doesn't work out, it's not all end all. Remember where you've been so far in your life. So many things probably didn't work out. When we're born and we grow up, we do so much stuff that just doesn't work out. We're not that good at math, or we're not the best in English. And then we just move on and don't do it again, and we do something else, right? As adults, we kind of struggle with this, things not working out. We kind of want consistency. We feel like that's something we're deserving of and we're owed it. But no, like we're not meant to just have one thing and be one thing and then that's it. We're meant to experience life. You're meant to be able to adapt and shift and change with the tides. So remember that. That's your lace agate. Direction. You're definitely going places. That's the super 7. This to me is a very powerful crystal. I mean, it is a powerful crystal. But I just want to say for you guys, I feel like this is understanding that you have so much power within yourself to manifest whatever it is you desire. So own it, live it, dream it, dare to go big. Discipline. With this discipline, this is all mindset. Discipline that mindset. Get that mindset in check. Again, get out of your head, throw it away. Do it every freaking morning or every evening, actually. After you've been through that day and your day's been sucky, have a little routine for yourself where you mentally throw away what is stressed you, throw away that doesn't serve you. Just kind of have that moment where you're releasing. I feel like that could be really beneficial for you to do on a daily basis for now. And then you can make it like into a, every now and again or once a month, with the full moon, doing that releasing. I just feel like make this daily at the moment to change that mindset. Do it for 28 days. Have a bleeding journal. This is a good little tip for you. Have a journal where every day, like say, before you go, as you get into bed, write down all of the things that you want to release or anything you're grateful for. Just write anything down. Do it daily for 28 days with that literally actioning of throwing away the stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. That's the way you create a habit of making sure that your mind is only allowing to keep inside you. And I feel like you will see that on paper. The things you're releasing, they go away. Like by the time it comes to the 28th day, whatever was on that first list isn't there by the 28th day. I feel like that could be a very good project for you if you're into that. So yeah, food for thought. Thank you so much, Leo, for being here. Please subscribe to my channel. I am hoping to have another video like mid-December for Christmas. I will see how I go. Don't expect it, but keep an eye out, I guess. So subscribe and you'll get all updates. Thank you so much. I'll see you next month. Bye, guys.